Welcome to Basically Sci-Fi, the short story podcast with stories you can basically call sci-fi. I'm Todd.
I'm Adam.
And I'm Jared.
Man, I am so excited to move back home.
Cool.
I didn't tell anyone, but I actually had to move for work to another prefecture in Japan. That you know what? I'm gonna blame that as part of the reason why my other laptop broke.
Oh yeah,
Just got so angry that you spilled tea on it on an earthquake.
Yep.
Well, see, if he was in his house, the tea would have been in a different spot.
I'm sure. Oh yeah, no, definitely. It's this damn desk. It's
Goddamn
built
earthquake.
in such a way. I've got so much space. At home, I wouldn't have space to put a cup down.
So did you buy a new desk and all that shit?
What? No. It came with a bed and a desk and a chair. And just the smallest TV. Those things that we used to watch, you know.
Oh, I used to have one of those fucking tiny TVs, and then NHK comes by and they're like, "You have a TV, sir? You have to pay 3,000 yen a month." And you're like, no, I don't have a TV. Oh, the man tries to stick his face in your goddamn doorway.
Well, see, that's you, because every time someone speaks Japanese to you, you're like, oh, this is an opportunity for me to practice my Japanese. But when I see the NHK guy, I'm like, I speak English only.
Oh, yeah, no, near the end, I started figuring that shit out. I was like, hello, good morning, sir. And he's like, TV? And I'm like,
yeah.
I don't watch TV. What?
Yeah.
What is TV?
Yeah, I just start saying, no, thank you. I don't need any.
Treat him like a salesman.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I think next time he comes by, I might treat him like a like a Jehovah's Witness.
Oh my god! One of those came by and they were holding their baby, and then they made me read this poorly translated English pamphlet while they rock their baby back and forth, and I'm like, is the baby part of the selling point here? Is the baby supposed to make me sympathetic?
This baby is yours if you join.
Wow.
That's so true, though. The Jehovah's Witnesses, which we do have over here, they are much more prepared for engaging with foreigners than
when I was in school. There was a bunch of Jehovah's Witnesses around that town for some reason. One of my roommates decided to strike up a conversation with one while they were walking down the street.
Yeah.
And then he invited them back to our apartment to talk, presumably about their stupid fucking religion. But then when they showed up, he went and hid in his room, locked the door, and so I had to deal with these fucking Jehovah's Witnesses who thought that they were going to get someone to convert to their crazy ass shit.
He brought it back just for you. He brought it back just for you to deal with. That is a prank.
Yeah. That is a top tier prank right there. I love it.
It is.
It was something else.
I wonder if I can pull that prank on my girlfriend.
Well,
Jehovah's Witness to come back and bother us, but I'm suspiciously in the toilet the whole
time. Top tier prank, my man.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Just,
I think
hid.
Best prank I ever did was on my roommate in school, and it was not even very good. I just went to meetspin.com and turned off his monitor and unplugged his mouse so that when he came back from class, he
just spinning.
Turned on his monitor and was just clicking furiously, why won't it go away?
Just unplug his mouse.
Yeah. I don't know why I have such a fond memory of doing that when it's just not even that good a prank.
Hey, I mean, that's basically like giving your friend's computer a virus. That's a nice prank.
What?
I don't know. I feel like meatspin.com, everyone, if you don't know, check it out, is pretty safe. Like, you're not going to get a virus.
Yeah, there's
there.
Nothing malicious about that site. It's just
it is what
a couple of guys having a good time.
Yeah.
In a loop.
It's exactly what it says it is. You get more viruses checking your damn email.
Do you check your email? That's where you're fucking going wrong right there. I never open my email ever.
I mean, I don't open it, but I go and I click everything off. I went a few years without doing that.
I go into my email just to delete all of the messages I've received. Yeah. And that's about it.
Yep. Didn't do it for a couple years, and Yahoo only lets you delete 10 at a time. So I spent an entire train ride from my house into Tokyo just deleting emails because I had 6,000 of them.
Jesus. You need to delete Yahoo or whatever you're using.
Probably. But
you gotta stop signing up for QAnon emails.
But then how am I gonna know the facts that I need that they won't tell you on TV? You can only get these facts from memes directly to your email from your uncle.
You just spend more time in person with your uncle. That's how you get around that system.
Okay. Well, that sounds like a good plan. Everyone at home, spend more time with your uncle. He's lonely. I assume. And needs to tell you about QAnon. Hey, I've got a story. It's not about QAnon.
That you know of.
Nice.
No.
It's an allegory.
Could be. Actually, yes, this is a secret message from all of our QAnon listeners. This is a secret message from Q himself. You have to interpret it correctly, though.
Turns out Rush Limbaugh is still alive. They're just keeping him from you.
Well, that you can learn true facts like that and more from listening to my story and deciphering the code.
We will upload the cipher in the Discord.
Only true believers will know. This story is called Cybercluck 2077. Oh man,
very, very topical.
Very topical. Nothing could have survived that, right? Common sense doesn't apply to him, cadet. Oh no, no. The Jurgle cadet covered his eyes with his hands and began to mumble to himself. You praying, kid? The cadet continued to mumble. The colonel lit a space cigarette off the flaming barricade that he and his last cadet were hiding behind. Are your prayers more powerful than the might of the Jurgle army? You're embarrassing yourself. The colonel took a long drag and then exhaled slowly. He handed his smoke to the cadet. Hold this for me. The colonel hopped over the barricade and slithered slowly towards the focus point of all the blaster fire. As he marched, he barked an order back to the cadet. Keep the turrets firing till they're all out of lasers. 1,000 years ago, the Jurgle people made their last stand at the Jurgle Senate building. Jurgle 9 possessed the greatest military force in the entire Jurgle system. Jurgle 9's military force made Jurgle look like Jurgle 2, or Jurgle 3. But none of that mattered anymore, because they had all been conquered. And not even Jurgle 9 could hold back the tide of what historians would later refer to as the Cuckening. The lone Jurgle cadet watched in horror as the last of the Jurgle forces was crushed. Emerging from the cloud of dust and debris came Cuck, the Conqueror, carrying the recently severed head of the colonel in his bird hands. Oh, fuck! The cadet threw the colonel's space cigarette away and scrambled for a hiding spot. He's coming! I came! Bellowed Cuck as he finally penetrated the Senate building. Oh God, please don't kill me, the cadet cried as he threw himself to the floor. Cuck smirked. And why shouldn't I kill you? Are you the king of this planet? No, we don't have a king. Jurgle 9 is a democracy. Bacalk! Excellent. I love that there's no king to simply abdicate the throne and surrender unconditionally to me. Democracies have so many more punchable faces. This is your Senate building, yes? Where are your senators? They're not here. Of course not. Hiding. No, they're fundraising. That's a politics joke.
Yeah.
Boy, I don't think funds will defeat me. Bring them here so that I can punch them all to death. When all the senators heard the news that they were to be gathered and punched to death, all 4,000 senators suddenly realized they needed to spend more time with their families and quit their positions. This resulted in 4,000 special elections all around Jurgle 9. Special, both in the sense that the election was held on a different date than usual, but also special because these quote-unquote elections were really just events where every adult resident had to attend and draw straws. This short straw would be elected and then punched to death. Okay, is everyone here? The election for Senate representing the great state of Flurmer will begin with a roll call. Mark? Is Mark here? Okay. George? Is George here? Okay. Sarah? Is Sarah here? Okay. Scott? Is Scott here? This went on until every Jurgle in Flurmer was counted. Is there anybody's name I didn't call? Billy's not here. Will Billy be here soon? No. Billy says eat a dick.
Classic.
That's not very nice of Billy to say. Yeah, well, Billy says it's not nice of you to be such a dildo.
Fair. He's got a point.
Yeah.
Do dildos eat dicks? What is going on? He says that's really only a question a real dildo would ask. Well, I've had it about up to here with Billy. What's your name? Mandy. Mandy, I feel like Billy doesn't really care about democracy. Can you tell him that he doesn't have to like me, but he still has to draw straws just like the rest of us? Well, I can tell him, but I think he'll probably just tell you to eat another dick. And how about you, Mandy? How do you feel about democracy? Pretty much the same as Billy, I guess? Hear that, everyone? Billy and Mandy don't care about democracy. Everyone else in the state of Flurmer booed. Well, I'll prove to you that democracy is worth caring about by running for the Senator of Flurmer. All in favor? The crowd cheered, super excited to not have to draw straws anymore. All opposed? Mandy raised his hand. I'm opposed. I don't like where this is going. Billy and Mandy don't get a vote because they hate democracy. The newly elected senator declared to uproarious applause. And my first act as your senator is to make a law saying that Billy and Mandy will go to the Capitol in my place to get punched by Cuck. And so it was that Billy and Mandy were sent to the Capitol along with all the newly elected senators. With almost 4,000 senators to be punched, Cuck had his work cut out for him. He told the senators to form a line and started punching. Even miles away from Mandy's place at the back of the line, he could see what looked like a geyser erupting with blood and a booming sound like thunder as each of Cuck's powerful punches detonated the volatile heads of the Jurgle senators. In space, bubble wrap used to be referred to as Jurgle wrap. The Jurgle people are extinct now, not only because of the cuckening, but because murdering them is just insanely fun. Jurgles look like 4-foot-tall ticks, with their heads just being big old balloons full of blood. If you apply enough force to the head, it will explode with a loud, satisfying pop. So while Cuck the Conqueror is incredibly strong, it's important to note for power-scaling historians that Jurgle heads are also easier to explode than other aliens. After several hours of watching his fellow Jurgles being murdered, Mandy grew numb to the screams and the pops. Ah! Ah! That one was like... What was that one? What's his name? Pee Wee's Playhouse.
Ah!
That was a good one.
Like that?
Ah! Man, I should have done a whole character as Pee Wee. I like doing that. Oh well.
I feel like that's gonna hurt your voice after a while.
It will, yeah. Several more hours later, the blood from the senator ahead of Mandy in line splattered onto his face, some of it getting into Mandy's mandibles. And then finally, Cuck stood before Mandy. Won't you scream for me? Now, an unsatisfying end. Oh well. Cuck then wound up a punch. Billy might, though. Billy will scream when you are punched? Or you mean if I punched Billy, he would scream? Oh, never mind. Billy says you can eat a dick. Cuck looked around skeptically. Are you well, little one? For now. I'm about to get my head busted open like a piñata of blood, though. No, I mean mentally. Yeah, probably no. Been watching my people get slaughtered for the past couple hours, and no one even put up a fight. Indeed. Cuck stroked his rooster beard with his bird hand. You know, I've always wanted a mentally unstable alien about 4 feet tall to be my best friend. What do you say? Beats getting punched, I guess. Excellent. Well, as my new best friend, I was hoping I could confide in you a deep concern I've been having recently. Shoot. Well, you see, this is my first time trying to cuck a democracy, and I've been punching senators for hours, but I really haven't gotten that sense of satisfaction that normally comes with conquering a planet. Normally, I would force the king of whatever planet I'm on, and... What planet is this called, by the way? Jurgle 9? Wow, 9 Jurgles, huh? Yep. Okay, well anyway, normally I would force the king of whatever planet I'm on to let me sit in their throne, right? That's kind of the moment. The climax, if you will. Makes sense? And then I have the king fillet me in front of his people. As you do. Well, who do I have to get a blowy from around here to finally feel like I've conquered this planet? Billy has an idea. What would that be? Follow me. And so, Billy, Mandy, and Cuck the Conqueror took a bus back to Flurmer. When they arrived, Mandy made sure to point out the house of the Flurmurian senator. You missed one, by the way. After murdering the senator, Mandy took Cuck back to his house and descended into the basement. Mandy pointed to an enormous tube, probably 10 feet tall, 3 feet wide, and 3 feet deep. Probably. You sure about this, Billy? Okay. Billy says he built this, throne for you when he heard you were coming. It looks like a tube. Do Jurgles usually sit inside of tubes? Yeah. Billy says it's a throne, and you should get in there and eat a dick. Put your own cock-a-doodle-doo in your mouth. Because that's what democracy is. It's just blowing yourself and not actually doing anything. Yes, I see. This is how you cuck democracy. A democracy is the people, and to cuck democracy, one must cuck oneself. Sure. Actually, none of that makes sense, but I think we're on the same wavelength, so get in that tube. Throne. Cuck climbed into the tube, and Mandy closed the glass door to give the bird some privacy. A few minutes later, and Mandy walked upstairs from the basement and out his front door, where a crowd had gathered. Voices called out, inquiring after the Conqueror's location. Is he still in the house? Are you working for him now? Sorry about that whole rigged election thing. Please don't tell Cuck to murder us. Mandy waved one hand dismissively. No, I'm not working for him, and he's not going to be murdering anyone else anytime soon. Billy is an amateur cryologist. We just tricked Cuck into climbing into that cryogenic freezing tube, where Cuck will sleep until the end of time. Hopefully. Unless someone wakes him up. We promise, we won't wake him up ever. The Jurgles will always be the guardians of Cuck's tomb. Is that what we're calling my house now? Okay, doesn't matter. Look, we gotta get out of here. This whole planet is way too Cuck to stay. Billy's not a very good cryologist, and he says his cryogenic freezing tube is actually gonna get so cold, it'll probably envelop the whole planet in ice eventually. We gotta get off planet ASAP. Oh man, our whole species has to evacuate? Lamented the crowd collectively. We never should have hired that mercenary/cab driver to fight Cuck for us. Sure, the mercenary single-handedly defeated Cuck in hand-to-hand combat that one time, but then he just came back later with crazy superpowers. This is why you don't use mercenaries to fight wars. And so it was that Jurgle 9 was evacuated, and eventually completely froze over. For about 100 years after this event, there was a galactic holiday called Man-Day, celebrating the great hero's defeat of the Conqueror. And for about 800 years after that, the holiday was still celebrated, but since the education system failed so frequently, people eventually confused Man-Day to be a holiday celebrating males and their accomplishments.
Oh boy.
For 99 years after that, activists protested to have the misogynistic holiday abolished. And for only one more year after that, Cuck the Conqueror rested in cryosleep. The end.
Nice, so Cuck is an ancient boy.
What?
He's really ancient.
Yeah.
He's really old.
Yeah, I guess, if you count being frozen as being old.
Yeah. So, when Cuck eventually wakes up, he'll be really fucking old.
He's frozen. Okay, Adam, you weren't there, but the Cuck was introduced in the story, Conquerors and Cryosleep.
Ah.
So, he was awoken from his cryosleep by Perdue, the Ratscallion.
Ooh.
Yeah.
The diarrhea rat.
I do like hearing what parts of my stories you guys remember.
I like the frozen chicken and the diarrhea rat. They're my favorite characters. Please bring them back some more. Yeah.
They are. They have consistently been your favorite characters, yeah.
That, and I will always forever imagine Professor Goofy as actual TM Disney Goofy. I know he's a gray.
Thank you, yeah.
I know he's a gray, but in my heart, I know he's actually Goofy.
Thank you. That's just how good my Goofy impersonation is.
Maybe he went to Disney one time and he developed an affectation. Who knows? It could be, be anything.
I mean, Goofy's original voice is just like, I don't know, like, what would you call it? That's just like what everyone in the 50s sounded like?
More or less.
Like a radio, I can tell. Like a radio dude?
I mean, he's just what everyone's grandpa sounds like.
Oh, shucks, gentlemen, I'm gonna get me a sarsaparilla, or whatever they say back then.
Gosh, sarsaparilla.
I don't think that's how anyone has ever sounded ever.
Didn't your grandfather talk like this for some reason? Kind of hillbilly, I guess, but also kind of just older than he looks.
No, my grandpa. Well, I mean, I don't remember him because he's dead.
Oh,
but that way he can't be older than he looks. There we go.
Yeah. Okay, well, just imagine that cryosleep is kind of like death. So Cuck woke up being the same age he was when he fell asleep.
Yeah, that makes him really old.
Yeah.
Because I measure age from birth year to now.
Okay. Sure. I mean, that normally would make enough sense.
Yeah. Futurama rules, man. Fry is like 1 billion years old or whatever.
So does he collect, like, retirement benefits?
I think he might have, been collecting stock dividends or whatever.
No, there was an episode where he had a bank account that was still active. It had $1 in it from 1999.
And then interest.
And so it was worth it was worth a bunch of money. Interest.
Of course, it's a comedy, so that never amounts to anything.
But no, he was rich.
For one episode, he was rich.
Okay.
He spent all of the money on a can of sardines, and
then Squidward ate them.
Mom, the robot lady, she stole the rest of his money because she thought he was planning on doing something with those sardines.
Oh, yeah.
But he just wanted to eat them.
Yeah. Anyway, what you guys think of my story?
I loved it. It was real good.
It's good,
funny.
Yeah.
Thanks.
The tick people and their exploding heads. The classic.
Although, the name Jurgle makes me think that they're big old gerbil rats until you describe them, and I was like, oh, okay, then they're not gerbils, they're ticks.
Yeah, I don't remember when there's the first episode with Conquerors and Cryosleep, and I said it was on. So Jurgle 9 is now the home planet of the Ratscallions. Like, that's where they got moved to.
Oh.
Because it was frozen and useless. And the first time I said Jurgle, Jared had some kind of reaction like, oh boy. And I still don't understand what you thought Jurgle meant.
I don't know. I don't remember at all. Because that was years ago.
We'll have to re-listen to all of our stuff so we can find out what triggered you there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe.
But I guess probably at the time I called it Jurgle because it sounded like gerbil and they're the Ratscallions, so I don't know. That makes sense though.
Yeah.
But they got relocated there, so they're not the original Jurgles. The original Jurgles are extinct, though, so don't expect any more Billy and Mandy.
Oh, no. TM, Billy and Mandy.
So was Billy real? Or was it just Mandy talking about someone that wasn't there?
Yeah. I think Billy is a figment of Mandy's imagination.
Okay.
I don't think
That's
think
fair.
that Mandy is just an asshole who's like using the excuse. Like
He's just blaming all the shitty things he says on someone else.
Yeah.
I should start doing that.
Oh boy.
Hey, I wasn't gonna say anything, but
you know, John
Billy,
over here, he says you're a real cuck.
Yeah. Cock-a-doodle-doo.
We can all invent our own strawman.
Yeah. And then force other people to fight online with our imaginary friends.
That feels really allegorical for something that's happened recently, but I can't seem to put my finger on it.
The fact that Yahoo comments are no longer... You can't comment on Yahoo anymore.
Why not? That was like the best part of Yahoo. Was like Yahoo asked.
I mean, the
answers.
Worst. I mean, that might still be there. And I think that's where literally everyone went who just needed to troll other humans. But you can't comment on news articles anymore.
Oh yeah, because people are terrible.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The internet is like difficult for a lot of people to understand.
Well, if you understand the internet at home, go ahead and click the like button.
Yes.
If you can find it. Billy challenges you to find it. Morons.
This is just a series of tubes.
If you're not too dumb to figure out that series of tubes, smash the like button, leave a comment.
Oh, God.
Join us on Discord.
Join us in Discord where you can be just one tube away from YouTube.
Where Billy will tell you to your face how smart you are.
Also, post memes, please. We need some memes
come
in our
check
Discord.
out some of our fine memes that we got going on, like this one here. Oh, that's a different chat.
Yeah, chat, but we'll cross-pollinate, don't worry.
Yeah.
You could say we'll crisscross-pollinate.
Next time, it'll be a story from...
Me!
Yeah, I knew the answer. I was just waiting for you to say it.
And I needed a few seconds to warm myself up to that answer. I was like, next time...
And for some reason, I got worried that I was supposed to answer it, so I considered.
I was sitting here like, do-do-do-do-do. I'm waiting for Todd to say that who's going to be doing it. Wait a minute, is it?
Yeah. All right, so it'll be another story from Adam and the continuing adventures of Ranchman Buck Peters.
It's Ranchman Buck
and
Peters.
RoboCop.
It's
It's
Caesar
not
Salad
Ranchman.
Man.
Okay.
Peters. Ranch is degenerate.
That's true.
Anyway, thank you for listening.
Bye.
Oh, I didn't mean to step on your dick there.
What? I said bye.
Oh, bye.
Bye.